football is filled with legends. Pelé, Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo. These names are written in golden letters, celebrated in endless highlight reels. But what if I told you that some of the greatest game changers in football history have almost been erased from mainstream memory? Players who shaped the way we play, watch, and love the game, yet their names barely get mentioned anymore. Today, on Full Time, we're bringing these forgotten legends back to life. Get ready for jaw-dropping skills, unbelievable achievements, and shocking stories you've probably never heard before. Buckle up, because this is the forgotten football legends who changed the game. Let's start in Brazil, the land of Joga Bonito. Everyone knows Pelé, but ask a Brazilian who their true football idol is, and many will whisper the name Garrincha. He wasn't just a footballer, he was an entertainer, a magician with the ball. Born with legs of different lengths, doctors said he would never play sports. But instead of stopping him, it made him unpredictable. His dribbles were legendary. Defenders had no idea which way he would turn next, and when they thought they had him, he was already gone. In the 1958 and 1962 World Cups, he was Brazil's secret weapon. When Pelé was injured in '62, Garrincha carried Brazil to victory, dominating the tournament like no one before. He's one of the few players in history to win a World Cup almost single-handedly. And yet, his name is rarely mentioned among football's greats. Off the pitch, he struggled with alcoholism and personal demons, leading to his tragic downfall. But those who saw him play will tell you, Garrincha wasn't just great, he was unforgettable. Now, let's rewind to the 1930s and travel to Austria, where one man played football like a symphony conductor. Matthias Sindelar, the Mozart of football, was a genius on the pitch, leading Austria's famous wonder team with skill, creativity, and an elegant playing style that was decades ahead of its time. He was loved by the people, but in 1938, football became more than just a game. When Nazi Germany annexed Austria, they wanted Sindelar to play for the new German team, but he refused. In Austria's last ever match before being absorbed into Germany, he delivered a masterclass, scoring and humiliating the Nazi-backed team in front of high-ranking officials. He celebrated defiantly, staring at them as if to say, "You will never own me." Months later, he was found dead in his apartment. The official cause? Carbon monoxide poisoning. But many believe he was assassinated for his defiance. Sindelar wasn't just a footballer, he was a symbol of resistance. His legacy lives on, even if his name has faded from history. While most footballers become legends by scoring goals, one man built his legacy by stopping them. Lev Yashin, the Black Spider, was a goalkeeper so dominant that they gave him football's highest individual award, the Ballon d'Or. Imagine that. In a world where goalkeepers are overlooked, Yashin was so good that he became the only one in history to win it. His reflexes were inhuman. Fans swore he had 8 arms because of his impossible saves. Before Yashin, goalkeepers were just there to block shots. After him, they became leaders, playmakers, game changers. He revolutionized the position, bringing in aggressive sweeping, vocal defensive organization, and insane penalty-stopping abilities. He saved more penalties than any goalkeeper in history. Without Yashin, there would be no Manuel Neuer, no Alisson Becker, no Ederson. And yet, when people talk about football legends, his name barely comes up. That's a crime against football history. Now let's talk about George Weah, a player who didn't just dominate football, he went on to change his country. Born in Liberia, he had nothing growing up. But his talent was undeniable. He fought his way through the ranks, eventually playing for AC Milan, Chelsea, and PSG, winning the Ballon d'Or in 1995, the first and only African player to do so. His pace, power, and technical ability made him unstoppable. But Weah didn't just care about football. After retiring, he dedicated himself to politics, fighting for his people. In 2018, he became the president of Liberia. Think about that. From playing in Champions League finals to leading a nation. Has there ever been another footballer who changed the world like that? His story is proof that football is more than just a game. It's a force for change. Women's football is bigger than ever today, but did you know that in the early 1900s, a women's team was so popular that the FA banned them? The Kerr Ladies were pioneers. During World War I, they started playing charity matches for injured soldiers. And their games were drawing bigger crowds than men's teams. In 1920, they played in front of 53,000 fans at Goodison Park, a record that stood for decades. But in 1921, the English FA banned women's football, calling it unsuitable for females. The ban lasted for over 50 years. Imagine where women's football could be today if they hadn't been held back. These women played despite the ban, proving that football wasn't just a man's game. It belonged to everyone. Without them, the Women's World Cup wouldn't exist. They were true pioneers, and it's time their story was told. These legends didn't just play football, they changed it. They shaped tactics, broke barriers, and left legacies that live on today, even if their names have been forgotten by many. But here, on Full Time, we remember them. Which forgotten legend do you think deserves more recognition? Let us know in the comments. And if you love football history, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Full Time, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Football is more than just a game. It's history in motion. See you in the next one. These players didn't just play football, they built it. They shaped tactics, inspired generations, and left legacies that live on in every pass, every goal, and every moment of magic we see today. They may not dominate the headlines, but their impact is undeniable. So let's make sure they are never forgotten. Let's bring their names back into the conversation. Drop a comment below. Who's your favorite forgotten football legend? Which story surprised you the most? And hey, if you love football history, this is just the beginning. We have so many more incredible stories coming your way. So do 3 things before you go. Smash that like button. It helps spread these stories to more football fans. Subscribe to Full Time, because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Turn on notifications so you're the first to see our next deep dive into football's greatest untold stories. Thanks for watching, and remember, football is more than just a game. It's history in motion. See you in the next one.